one that should be relatively active. All right, what the holy fucking damn is happening here? Chris Matthews.
Yes.
2 decades on MSDNC. Mm-hmm. Kind of became the face of MSDNC. Like when they, like, you know how, like, as a child you watch Nickelodeon and, like, part of the commercial break will literally just be, like, 30 seconds of some voices saying, fucking Nickelodeon, you should like this shit that you're already watching. Mm-hmm. And when MSNBC would do that type of shit for grown-ups watching their version of liberal Nickelodeon, they, fucking... Chris Matthews would always be the face of it. You'd see some Maddow. Maddow probably should have been the face of it, but Chris Matthews was always the fucking face. Mm-hmm. I'm sure after all that Russia hustle, maybe Maddow is the face now. But, yeah, so Chris Matthews comes on, and he starts talking, and then you showed me a tweet, but let's hear the nigga talk first. Doobie-doop-doop.
Former mayor of New York said that to a pregnant employee.
Well, a pregnant employee sure said that he did. Why shouldn't I believe her? You know, I'm just really tired of this world. This one is personal for me. It really is.
But you believe he's that kind of person who did that.
Look, pregnancy discrimination is real. And we have gone on and on and on where people say, oh, I can't really believe them.
Okay, so this clip is where, apparently Mediaite is fucking with me because that is the clip of Chris Matthews coming at Warren sideways on reproductive rights. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was part of it, of his leaving, is because then someone came out and said something that he was, like, sexually harassing her, and that basically people who said they were sexually harassed by Chris Matthews were using the Warren thing as sort of like a platform to be like, this is actually how he talks to women. Here it is on film. Here's my story. This is how he treated me, sort of thing. Also, apparently they're looking at Shep Smith to replace him on Hardball. What the fuck?
Oh, that's so fucking fitting. That's so fitting. Now, get ready. Like, now, all right, here comes the big bad fucking I told you so. Let's get the I told you so in the can. And this is big old if, because you just said, wait, where did you see that they're looking for this? Anywhere
he's
legit?
Literally trending on Twitter, and apparently there was like a Daily Beast article about it, but I can't get it because it's behind a paywall.
Fuck.
From like 2 months ago.
From 2 months? So they've been working on this?
I guess, but I think Chris Matthews is leaving sooner than was expected.
Because Smith ain't that damn young. Him quitting Fox, that was awkward. And yeah, Shepard Smith. All right, so folks, Shepard Smith is a pundit, and but was on Fox News, and the name may sound familiar to you because every couple of months, maybe just once a year sometimes, he will trend in liberal circles for being a guy on Fox News who spoke against the station. Mm-hmm. Little do you know, to my understanding, Shep Smith is an out gay cis man that isn't marketed as a right-wing commentator. Shep Smith is like really a fucking journalist.
Yeah.
Now going to and for some reason Fox News just let him. I don't know why, because that's not Fox News's thing. Maybe he was there to be a balance. I don't fucking know, but it was weird. And that clip that we play where the guy says politics is weird and creepy, and now I know lacks the least amount of resemblance to regular society. Some shit. That's Shep Smith. All right, and but if he goes to MSNBC, some of my fellow lefties. All right, because y'all niggas be what is it? Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? Is that the language?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all niggas be too fucking optimistic about things. You need to be sadder about the world. It's not good, and the people in it are very bad, especially the rich ones. Mm-hmm. And fucking, he goes to MSDNC. He is going to shill so fucking hard, and I guarantee you, he's going to be anti-labor like a motherfucker. If the topic comes up, he's going to be anti-sex work like a motherfucker. And so don't be thinking Shep Smith is some goddamn progressive, and I really just said don't be thinking. I mean, 3 commas, lowercase I, think that you ought not be thinking whatever.
Okay, it sounded like this is gonna be like a Bill O'Reilly thing, where like it turned out after he left there were all the fucking payoffs and shit for sexual harassment claims. Because I keep seeing reference to a bunch of NDAs.
Non-disclosure agreements, folks.
Yeah, and people saying like, as a woman who was minimized by him, I once met him and thought he was on drugs because he was so rude to me. Someone named Kathleen Parker does she work for MSNBC? Oh, syndicated columnist, Washington Post, said he's a friend of mine. We flirted for 20 years. This is atrocious. Okay.
What, they're saying that the allegations are?
Yeah, because she flirted with him and he was never inappropriate with her.
Okay. All right. I think some of my, I almost said my fellow women, or some women might, come forward and have words about that.
Yes. Oh, God. Elizabeth Warren persisted. And in doing so, she caused Chris Matthews to lose his job. So that's the thing I'm seeing, right? Is right-wingers are like, this is liberal hypocrisy because other people sexually harass women and nothing happens. Elizabeth Warren fans are like, Warren got him fired. She persisted. And then, like, there's a certain amount of leftists who are like, it was his comments about Bernie Sanders assassinating him. It was probably all the above, y'all.
Yeah, and keep in mind, folks, all of it, there's literally nothing to celebrate. Again, it's like that bullshit with, I was dealing with that fucking liberal, I think out there in like New Mexico, Arizona, one of those areas, through Facebook, so over the internet. But he was one of those folks that was like, oh yeah, Laura Ingraham, advertisers dropped, or like she got fired from her show or some shit. And it's like, well, they're not going to replace her with fucking Nicole Sandler.
Right.
They're not going to replace Laura Ingraham with fucking Lee Camp. It's like that slot's just going to be filled with the same right-wing bullshit she was saying, but a different face.
Right.
There's nothing to celebrate. It's still the same corporate fucking outlet. They're not going to change.
Okay, so apparently there was an article on GQ from the 28th, by the person who, Laura Bassett, the one who said she was coming forward because she saw how he treated Warren, and so she talked about her experiences with him.
That was the one that had the Twitter tweet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So apparently that also was a factor, so that came out just a couple days ago on GQ.
Okay.
I'm just going to scan it and see if there's anything relevant while you're talking.
Let me get to, I want to get to Chris Matthews' actual audio. Mm-hmm. All right, and this is coming off of Mediaite. They tend to have pretty decent quality uploads there. And they're their own uploads. They have their own media player embedded in the website.
Mm-hmm. Let me start with my headline tonight. I'm retiring. This is the last Hardball on MSNBC. And obviously, this isn't for lack of interest in politics. As you can tell, I've loved every minute of my 20 years as host of Hardball. Every morning I read the...
He doesn't have an interest in politics. He has an interest in career and salary.
Yes.
He's a partisan hack. Like, remember, back when we had a different cable setup, we were getting MSNBC, and like we tuned in, like one evening, and we're like, yeah, fuck it, let's look at Chris Matthews and his big fucking head,
right,
talking some bullshit, and that motherfucker had on a Republican strategist telling him how they need to get the Democrats together to defeat Sanders. This was like early last year, damn near this time last year. The shit was Grimes, but because we don't have DVR, I couldn't record that moment and then flip it to a segment. I just had to watch it dissipate because I was just like, holy shit, and that just happened. I should have fucking tweeted at Jimmy Dore. Yeah, anytime you see some bullshit on MSNBC, tweet it at Jimmy Dore. Yeah. All right. Chris Matthews continues.
As you can tell, I've loved every minute of my 20 years as host of Hardball. Every morning I read the papers, and I'm gung-ho to get to work. Not many people have had this privilege. I love working with my producers and the discussions we have over how to report the news. And I love having this connection with you, the good people who watch. I've learned who you are, bumping into you on the sidewalk or waiting at an airport and saying hello. You're like me. I hear it from your kids and grandchildren who say, my dad loves you, or my grandmother loves you, or my husband watched it till the end.
Doesn't it sound like Louis C.K.'s apology?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad that they thought I was so awesome and I did this. If only everyone didn't think I was so awesome. Like, that's what I'm hearing here. All right, well, Rape culture is as rape culture does. Bring it on, Matthews.
Well, after a conversation with MSNBC, I decided tonight will be my last hardball, so let me tell you why. The younger generations out there are ready to take the reins. We see them in politics, in the media, in fighting for their causes. They are improving the workplace.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just funny because who is Bernie Sanders? One of his biggest demographics is young voters. And he was whining that they were going to shoot him in Central Park a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, the kids have got it. The kids are okay. Like, all right.
It's like you're a multi-fuck-damn millionaire. You got security and shit. Who the fuck is going to fucking drag you from whatever the fuck to a goddamn park and shoot you?
Bernie bros.
How?
Nah. They're nefarious. You don't know.
I'm a Bernie bro, and I don't even have socks on right now.
You're a Bernie bruh.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
He's not even a real Bernie bruv.
It's not a Bernie bruv.
Oh man, someone with one of them UK accents, can you do that?
Bernie bruv.
Hi, Matthews.
We're talking here about better standards than we grew up with. Fair standards. A lot.
Progressives existed back then too, fuckface. Mm-hmm. I hate that shit. It's like, well, it was different back then, you know. There was slavery. It was like there was also Robert Greene Ingersoll saying "fuck you, slave owners and your religion."
I mean, there was John Brown. Hey.
Yeah. Fucking goddamn motherfucker.
A lot of it has to do with how we talk to each other. Compliments on a woman's appearance that some men, including me, might have once incorrectly thought were okay. We're never okay. Not then, and certainly.
Nigga.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nigga, you didn't think they were okay morally. You thought they were okay with your bros. All right, you didn't think they were okay morally because, again, like it's that argument that are keep fucking iterating and reiterating and reiterating that
it's not that she's someone's mother or grandmother or daughter or sister. Right. It's that she's someone.
Yes.
But I could see shit. Where was it? Damn, I lost it.
Oh, where you were going with the she's someone, and the feminist homies have to keep making that argument because he's always known that it's fucked up.
Yes, he knows it's fucked up because if it was his sister, his daughter, his niece, he'd be like, hey, don't fucking talk to her like that. Mm-hmm. Hey, see, but then there's also that hierarchy of disposability and patriarchy.
It'd be like that moment in The Sopranos. There's a guy who was dating a girl and he was like physically abusive to her, and basically one of her older male relatives got out of prison and he's like, you shouldn't beat the shit out of her, you're not married yet. And it was like it was somehow okay to suddenly start beating women if you're married to them, because then they're your property. But in the meantime, she says fucking patriarchy. Anyways, no, what I was gonna say is that this article I was looking at from the reporter who said that he was making inappropriate comments to her. What did he say here? That, like, at one point, maybe I thought it was okay. This happened in 2016 and 2017. It's not like it was like, in 1987, right. I once said.
2016, that's 1 year. 1 year is 1 point. Every year is a point.
Every year is a point.
That's how Bernie got $1 million. If you make it that many years, you just get $1 million in a book deal. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. Mm-hmm. Bernie Sanders is incentive to eat your Brussels sprouts.
Eat your Brussels sprouts.
And be a long distance runner. All right.
Stamina.
I still got a lot of stamina.
Yes. So yeah, as he's saying, I don't know, so long ago. No, it was just a couple years ago.
It is 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're talking about Obama administration.
Yeah.
That was literally a black president.
Yeah.
That's quite some time ago. The things are very different. What?
Are they, though?
You were only on, like, the fucking iPhone 15 at that time. You know how many iPhones have been out? Jesus fucking Christ. All right, he continues.
Certainly not today, and for making such comments in the past, I'm sorry. I'm very proud of the work I've done here. Long before I went on television, I worked for years in politics, was a newspaper columnist, an author, I'm working on another book. I'll continue to write and talk about politics and cheer on my producers and crew here in Washington.
You can't cheer on people you don't work. They're not your producers. They're whoever the fuck the fucking corporate bosses slap in the goddamn chair. And it's gonna be the same chair.
Washington and New York, and my MSNBC colleagues. They will continue to produce great journalism in the years ahead. And for those of you who have gotten into the habit of watching Hardball every night, I hope you're going to miss me because I'm going to miss you. But remembering Humphrey Bogart and Casablanca, we'll always have Hardball. So let's not say goodbye, but till we meet again.
Can we
big
just
head
stop
motherfucker.
fucking making 1940 references?
Fuck everything he says.
So, yeah. I glanced at the article, so he was saying,
that was a lot
shit,
to
hold
take
on.
in.
Oh, hold
just
on.
now.
Okay, because
there's more. Oh, okay.
This auto plays after it. It's a completely different video, but you said some other person took that seat and was totally fucked. Was this him?
I don't know.
Because this is Steve Kornacki.
Probably.
I think the word flustered.
I've seen Steve Kornacki's name a lot on Twitter tonight.
Okay, so it
probably.
You may have. So let's check out the Knack Man for 40 seconds. Oh, wait, I may have fucked everything up. Yeah, I may have.
Let's not say goodbye, but
here we go.
Till we meet again.
Yeah, Casablanca.
All
right, the Knack Man right here.
That was a lot to take in just now, I'm sure.
Really, it was? No, it wasn't. That shit was hilarious. Shut up, Steve. Steve used to be on the 5. Steve actually, that's the weird shit, right? Because Steve literally worked right directly with Crystal Ball incredibly regularly.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, Crystal Ball's in his ear popping some gangsta-ass progressive shit. But Steve's like, hey, you know, there's just so much more money in selling out.
Oh, yeah, I just double-checked the tweets. Apparently, Chris Matthews didn't tell anyone he was about to resign on air. He didn't even finish the rest of Hardball. He just said he was resigning and cut to commercial. And then Steve Kornacki was just sitting there in front of the cameras looking stunned.
Awesome. I like it. And he really does. His fucking brow is it's like in a solid state of furrow.
And I'm sure you're still absorbing that, and I am too. Chris Matthews is a giant. He's a legend. It's been an honor.
Steve is not getting the promotion this year. Because you know what this is? This was the how are you on your motherfucking feet moment.
I like to think of this as like the liberal challenge, fuck it, we'll do it live challenge, and this nigga done failed.
He is not doing it live.
He's not doing it
I kind of
live.
want to start it over. I know, we're going to do this whole ass 15 seconds again because this shit is funny to me. Because he is not handling this well. Knacky. Because Steve, he's not new. He's been doing his job for what? I think I saw him on The 5. No, it was called The Cycle. The 5 is on Fox News. And I saw him on that was back in like 2011, 12. It's 2020. You've been doing this.
Right.
And I remember I used to watch MSNBC. And they would come on Lawrence O'Donnell's show regularly. And I mean specifically, out of that show, The Cycle, that had that nigga Torre and SC Cup and all these niggas. Steve Kornacki and Crystal Ball would be on Lawrence O'Donnell's show across the desk from him, going over an issue of the evening regularly. So what happened, Steve?
That was a lot to take in just now, I'm sure. And I'm sure you're still absorbing that.
Nigga, quit trying to eat your top lip. This is awesome.
And I am too.
I am, bro.
Chris Matthews is a giant. He's a legend. It's been...
Oh my God, he is making all the I don't know what the fuck to say faces. Oh God, this is like
Steve
when that nigga Marco Rubio was thirst trapping. I think the kids call it thirst trapping now. After, folks may not remember, this was after that nigga Obama did the State of the Union, and this was like when a response to the State of the Union was becoming, I don't know how long it's been going on, but it became like this required thing. There has to be a rebuttal for whatever the fuck reason, and the party grabs someone that they see as disposable as fuck and throw them in. I think one time they picked the Democrats picked a nigga from like Alabama or something. It was horrible. It was the train wreck. You gotta check. I think it's from 2017.
Okay.
You gotta check that shit out again. It's a great flashback to see that video.
Okay.
And yeah, this is like when Marco Rubio did the response to Obama, and he just kept grabbing that water. This is his watershed moment, I might say. A Watergate of sorts. Some might say. This is. I might even say this is his Flint water.
Just play the clip.
Flint water. Flint. I will open up the soundboard and do nothing for 3 hours, and then call out of work.
Play the clip.
And an honor for me to work with him, to sit in here on occasion, and I know how much you.
How much?
I like just like how I can't get over the background. There's just like 2 random employees on camera, like fucking talking about their lunch or some shit. Like you see these 2 women in the background.
It looks like one of them is actually holding something that might be food. It looks like fries, right? I swear to fuck, it looks like she has
super
fries.
fucking excited about it.
And I know how much
Yeah.
he meant to you. And I think
But then again, they are women, and Chris Matthews just quit. They may be excited.
They might be excited.
They may just be having some fun. There could be a bottle of something or other under that desk.
I think you're going to miss him, and I know I'm going to.
Oh my God, he literally just poked his tongue into his cheek. That's how much he doesn't know what the fuck to say. And now he's filling up with his cheeks with air. Dude, you can make... This whole thing is a 40-second GIF image.
We're not going to have any bells or whistles here.
I wish I could show... Folks, you gotta see this Mediaite clip. He just vaguely gesticulated. And it kind of makes you think of that meme where it's like, me, I'm tired of this. And someone says, what? And me gestures vaguely. He just gestured vaguely. It was, God, this is outstanding. I love this video forever.
We do have to fill the rest of this.
I cannot unpause it without him doing something hilarious.
We're not going to have any bells or whistles here. We do have to fill the rest of this hour. We're going to take a quick break and come back with today's news.
That was great.
Lovely.
Man, that's going down in the fucking history books. Steve Kornacki not getting the promotion this year.
Not getting the promotion. Well, Shep Smith is gonna get it.
And chill the fuck out.
Yes. So I'm just glancing at this article again. This is by Laura Bassett, and it is on GQ. I can put the link up.
Yes.
So they have just some random comments. So apparently Aaron Burnett, who is also a journalist or a pundit, he said, "You're a knockout. It's all right getting bad news from you." And okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he said, "You're a knockout. It's all right getting bad news from you."
That's what someone like just said?
No, that's something that Chris Matthews said to a female
I thought you were saying like that was a response tweet to her saying this. I was like,
no.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No.
Like, just fucking
He allegedly rated female guests on a numerical scale that the top was the hottest of the week and the lowest was like a teenage boy.
Whoa!
In 1999, an assistant producer accused Matthews of sexual assault, which CNBC...
Hold on, my bad, yo. But that is like a teenage boy one. Folks, don't slip on that shit. Because that's how motherfuckers will just start. It's like when you hear motherfuckers say shit like that, do shit like that, they're testing your transphobia waters. Check them on the spot. All right.
Yeah. In 1999, an assistant producer accused him of sexual harassment, which CNBC investigated. They concluded his comments were, quote, inappropriate, and he received a, quote, stern reprimand. Okay. In 2011, he kept commenting there's something electric and very attractive about the way Sarah Palin walks.
Jesus! Now, folks, I think this probably gives you more context when we're talking about... So he just sexualizes every damn... Because, like, when he was talking about George Bush with that flight suit,
yeah,
you know,
it's gonna
fitting
be
him
like fucking Bill O'Reilly, I'm telling you.
Fitting him in all the right places.
In 2017, he noted that Sally Yates, who was acting attorney general, was, quote, attractive, obviously. But he has also reserved particular contempt for women who made it close to ascending the heights of American political power. For example, he called Hillary Clinton anti-male, witchy, and a she-devil.
What, do they have a year on that one? Because I bet it wasn't 2016.
It was...
Watch me be wrong.
2008.
God damn, they really were not in the tank for her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I remember Nicole Sandler, during the 2016 and 15 primary, she went and found some old clip of Maddow, like, harshly critiquing Hillary Clinton, I think on some of her racist shit that she was running against Obama.
Ew. Okay. It got way worse, though. I'm sorry, I got completely touched.
Sure.
So in 2008, he was calling her. What did I expect? I said 2008. What the fuck did I just say?
You said 2008.
2008. So he was calling her witchy, because these are. Sorry, it's kind of difficult because I'm doing this obviously, as you can see if you're watching on my phone, and these are all hyperlinks. So I have to like click the hyperlink to check the date and then like go back to the actual article I'm reading. Which I mean, I'm glad for the hyperlinks though, because receipt culture. So in 2008, he's calling her witchy, anti-male, and she-devil. But in 2016. Before he went live with an interview with then candidate Hillary Clinton, he asked where the Bill Cosby pill was for her.
Wait, like so she can be raped?
I guess. He said Matthews, during the interview setup, made jokes about Clinton. He asks, can I have some of the Queen's Water's precious waters? And as he waits for water to be handed to him, says, where's that Bill Cosby pill I brought with me? Okay.
So he literally joked about raping Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
Out loud.
Yep.
And to her face.
I don't think she was in the room yet because it says this was the setup for the interview, so that means all his staffers and makeup artists and sound people and shit were there. So like basically in front of the staff.
Holy shit. I can't wait to hear if Bob Seska covers this.
Okay. In 2005, he wondered if we could have a female president because troops wouldn't take orders from a woman. All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah. He said that Clinton only had political success because her husband messed around and she had a woman's sympathy vote. In 2006, he said that I was thinking how hard it is for a woman to take on a job that's always been held by men, thinking about that. The open secret of Matthew's everyday behavior off camera with guests, which often creeps up to the line of sexual harassment without actually crossing it.
So that women never feel it's worth jeopardizing their own careers to complain. Many women in politics have interacted with him and have some kind of story about him making them feel uncomfortable. And then the author continues, I have my own. In 2017, I wrote a personal essay about a much older married cable news host who inappropriately flirted with me in the makeup room before going live on his show a few times. And it made me noticeably uncomfortable on air, which is also an interesting thing to say, that because it happened right before the live taping that it made her comfortable on air. So now I wonder, yeah.
No, you said comfortable.
I'm sorry, uncomfortable on air. But then that makes me wonder, like, would there have been more, like, female pundits and journalists getting segments, but he made them feel so fucking creeped out, like they couldn't perform on camera properly, and like inadvertently that way like tanked their careers. It's like that shit with BoJack Horseman with the actress that he was dating and choked out, and then she just like had like the PTSD and like couldn't like. I just don't like surprises.
That's
like
right.
that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if it's like that. All right, so she says, at the time, I was scared of retaliation from the network. I'm not anymore. It was Chris Matthews. In 2016, right before I had to go on his show to talk about sexual assault allegations against Donald Trump, Matthews looked at me in the makeup chair and said, why haven't I fallen in love with you yet? And then told the makeup artist, keep putting makeup on her, I'll fall in love with her. Another time, he stood between me and the mirror and complimented a dress I was wearing for the segment. He said, are you going out tonight? I said, I didn't know, and he said to the makeup artist, make sure you wipe this off her face after the show. We didn't make her up like this so a guy at a bar can look at her. Fucking weirdo.
And you know the funny shit is, want to play the game? Who said it? Trump or Chris Matthews? Or you know what? Fuck it. Nah.
A man, or a man.
Broaden it out. A Democrat or a Republican.
Shit.
Democrat or Republican.
There's another pundit who does not want to be named for professional reasons, said Matthews invited her on to talk about misogyny in the Republican Party, telling her he planned to draw a comparison to the 60s ad men show called Mad Men. But right before going on air, he turned to her to ask whether or not he thought one of the female characters' proportions were actually real, and then transitioned into a supposedly feminist segment. All right. Yeah.
And here's on, so I went to check Blue Gal from the Professional Left podcast, which I think they're the Cornfield Resistance now, because I really don't see them calling themselves lefty, because they're not lefties. They're dim hacks. They started calling themselves the Professional Left because they started during the Barry administration when anybody could be considered left. And we fucked that up. And they shared a tweet, and this is Frances Lingham, Blue Gal from that podcast, shared a tweet
from Clymer. And to our understanding, we remember Clymer's like a serial sexual harasser and shit.
Clymer was someone who before transition was incredibly transphobic and was running a feminist Facebook page and would ban trans folks from commenting on that page due to transphobia and like intentionally misgender people. And then the rest of the volunteers who were running the page were female and locked them out of the page because they said something about sexual harassment issues. So then just locked everybody out of the page so they couldn't access it.
Am I mixing up Clymer with someone else?
I don't think so.
Was there someone who had some shit where they were like, step on me with your high heel or something? That wasn't Clymer.
Was not Clymer.
Yeah, so I'm mixing Clymer up with someone else from what you just described. And here comes Clymer with the hackery. Dear MSNBC, there are so many women of color highly qualified for that time slot and who would bring in big audiences for your network. Chris Matthews retiring gives you the chance to go in a powerful and new direction. Take advantage of this moment. Fuck off, Clymer.
I've seen a lot of people saying, get Joyanne Reid to do it, and I'm just like,
the fuck for?
But representation.
But you know what? It's not for us. That's the thing.
Yeah. Although I have seen right-wingers saying, like, isn't Joy a homophobe? Why would you want Joy doing it? And then it's like, they're being disingenuous because they're right-wingers, and you're like, but they're technically not wrong, because I'll never get over the whole fucking, I wrote a bunch of homophobic and transphobic shit on my blog, but it's not my fault because Russia hacked me.
Yeah. As long as Russia exists, no one's accountable for anything.
No one is accountable for anything.
Not one capitalist has done anything wrong as long as there is a Russia.
Russians ours.
Whew. But that's that bullshit. It's like, because y'all, and you know what? There's an audio clip, man, and I gotta get the name of the person again because I want to post it. I heard it today, but I was at work and shit, so like I can't just stop in the middle of work and go do a podcast.
Right.
But I do have the episode saved that has the clip, but it's a working class black woman with an accent that has zero respectability, which is a conversation that has not been had broadly in social media. Is the respectability politics of black people with and without heavy accents, particularly Southern. Some for New York accent, if you're black. If you're not black and have a New York accent, you're a New Yorker. If you're black and you have a New York accent, you're ghetto. You're black, you have a Southern accent, you're ghetto. You're black, you have a California accent, you're ghetto.
Right.
But oh Jesus fucking Christ, I always lose it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I tangent myself out of my premise.
A black woman was interviewed who does not have a respectable accent.
And they were talking about how the DNC keeps saying, listen to black women. Don't nobody listen to me. So it's like, you know what? Let me see you argue that Nina Turner should have that spot.
They won't.
Yeah, as long as you won't do that, as long as you don't argue that Breonna Joy Gray should have that spot. Go ahead.
They won't.
All right.
When they say black women, they mean black women who agree with me. You know that.
Yeah, like you basically mean your hand-picked rich niggas that you pay to buck dance for you, like Melissa Harris Perry. You paid Melissa Harris Perry to buck dance for you, and she literally fucking did. It's on video. Literally before every commercial break, she would do a little dance for everybody while the music played out.
I'm just super curious to see if liberals are going to talk about like the toxic Chris Matthews stands the way they talk about Bernie Bros. Because I'm looking at this Laura Bassett's mentions. This is the person who wrote the GQ article I was referencing, and people are saying stuff about where did it go? Oh no, classless tonight, Laura. You won, but showed less class than he did with his announcement. And then you go to this person's bio, #resist, #blue wave.
Fuck off.
Anyone gonna talk about that? No, no.
No, not for me.
No.
So yes, indeed, this is Wine Cellar Media. I'm still tripping off Miss Major endorsing
Yes, you
Sanders.
love to see it.
I'm like, holy
Yes.
and shit. And Miss Major just seemed like a cool ass motherfucker, just sitting down like, man, I smoke
I'm
motherfucker
glad
joint,
he's
Nick.
doing well because was having some health issues last year.
Say word.
Yeah, I believe had a stroke.
Shit.
Yeah.
Just check
But
this
yeah, like
out.
folks were coming to, you know, like just staying at her house to like take care of her and shit because she was just not well. So glad she's still with us.
Yeah, here's a couple seconds of Miss Major sitting in front of a shelf of some fine accoutrement.
Hello, I'm Miss Major, and I say, go Bernie. You must vote for Bernie Sanders. He's a really great, best guy to beat Donald Trump. And that's the most important thing in this election, beating Donald Trump. So please, take my advice and let's vote for Bernie Sanders. Go Bernie.
That audio was low, but that was Miss Major saying, go Bernie. You got to pick the best person to beat Donald Trump, and I think that's Bernie. So I say go Bernie.
Bernie has gotten some fucking heavy endorsements.
Like, that was grandma as fuck. Yo.
It was.
The fucking headpiece, the gray ambiguously shirt garment, right?
Yes.
Is it a sweatshirt, a t-shirt? Is it a long sleeve tee? What the fuck is that? That's grandma's shirt. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, it is.
And grandma putting her fist up and saying, go Bernie. God damn it.
I love it. Yeah, I want to do like a segment where we just fucking read all of like Bernie's endorsements because there's so fucking many.
You know what though? Is Miss Major younger than Bernie?
Fucking probably.
This nigga Bernie's so fucking old. God damn it.
I saw a tweet. I didn't actually have the time to fact check it, but that Trump is the youngest person running right now.
That can't be true. Trump is in his 70s too, right? I thought.
Yeah, but Bernie's like 79. I think Trump is like 77.
But Warren's still in.
Oh, God.
Yeah. See? That's right.
Miss Major is 79.
Wait, isn't that only like 1 year older than Bernie?
That's like the same age as Bernie. Oh, no.
78, yeah. September 8th,
78,
1940, fuck one.
And Trump is 73.
And Biden's 70. Oh, Warren just hit 70. Wait, let me take
Warren
a look at
is
it.
70?
Yeah. Let me see if it has the birth year of sorts. What the heck, darn? Jeepers Creepers and Chimney Sweepers. What the hell is going on here? June 22nd, 1949.
Okay.
So she's been 70 for a few months. All right. Well, I'm sure that you're going to see liberals saying that Warren's just too fucking old.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just like Nancy Pelosi. Isn't Nancy like 80?
I think 81 when we checked.
Yeah, I believe Pelosi is older than Bernie, but, you know, she's not too old to be in office. And,
79.
And Bloomberg is 78.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can we get some more AOCs?
Honestly. Well, what is the thing? You have to be like 45 to run for president?
35.
35.
But more AOCs in general.
Yes.
Get them little niggas in there. I know, right? As I sit here not running. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if I don't run for city council in 2025, kick my ass, folks.
Come school board, some.
Yeah, I should run. I should do something local because I can talk some shit. I'm articulate. I have cis privilege. I have male privilege. I have able-bodied privilege. I can hit the block. Like, the only thing holding me back is my position in capitalism. If I stop working and start campaigning, there's going to be a problem with that electric bill.
Right.
So fucking, I gotta go to the factory over here.
Good times.
All right, so That ought to be that. Why the fuck do I have this link open? Oh, that's literally the list of celebrities. Okay.
Oh, Ariana Grande, yes, also supports Bernie.
And I know Lizzo was on the list, but I can't find like a specific statement.
I can look for one.
No need to. Look, hour and 20 minutes.
Oh,
you
Jesus,
see that?
yes.
Yeah, and it's 9:49 p.m. Yeah, that's it. And I have a safety committee meeting tomorrow, and then Wednesday I go in early for this shit. And
yes.
Friday is employee engagement committee, and I gotta tell them let's not use ableist language here, but just know that I don't like foosball. All right, winecellarmedia.com. And if you also don't care about men playing their silly fucking games, you can go to patreon.com/winecellarmediafund, where we don't tolerate my people, the cis men, playing silly fucking games.
Yes. Yes.
Patreon.com/winecellarmediafund, PayPal.me/Phoenix and William. Please, motherfuckers, be as safe as possible wherever you is be way. That's